They told Amara she was foolish, that she was throwing away her future. They said a girl who refuses to marry a rich man must have lost her mind, because in their eyes, comfort was the highest form of happiness. Comfort was security. Comfort was pride. But Amara wasn't looking for comfort. She wanted peace. Not plenty, not wealth, just peace. So when her aunt, Ngozi, stormed into the compound that afternoon with her hands on her waist, her voice sharp as a newly honed knife, Amara just stood there quietly looking at her. Ngozi shouted loud enough for the birds to fly away from the mango tree. "Tell her," she screamed. "Tell this foolish girl that a woman does not get to choose love. Tell her that marriage is not a fairy tale." But Amara's mother, Adiz, did not speak. She just sat on her wooden stool, peeling cassava slowly, her eyes on her daughter. Adiz knew her child very well. Amara had never been one to run after shadows. She listened to her heart, carefully, the way one listens to the wind before sailing. Ngozi grew more dramatic as she continued. "Do you know how many women in this village will kill just to marry Odenigbo?" She didn't wait for an answer as she continued. "He is well respected in this village and beyond. He owns several acres of land. He has more chicken and goats than the village chairman." Amara looked at her aunt with a quietness that made the woman even angrier. "Auntie," she said softly, "you have said all that he has, but you have not said who he is as a person." Ngozi froze, because she didn't know how to answer that. Not many people asked who men were. People are always more interested in only what they own. Amara continued, her voice steady. "He treats his wives like servants. He speaks with his chest and not with his heart. He sees marriage as ownership. I would not have peace with him if I marry him. And I want peace. Peace is really important to me." Her aunt pointed at her as if she were calling fire from the sky. "You will regret this. Mark my words." Amara inhaled gently, folding her wrapper at her waist. "If peace brings regret, I will accept it. But I will not choose suffering with my own hands." Ngozi stormed out, muttering curses and suspicions and prophecies of misery. When she left, Adiz looked up slowly. "My daughter," she said. Amara sat beside her mother, resting her head on her knee. "He will come back, Mama," she whispered. Adiz stroked her hair gently. "If he does, he must come back with a full heart, not a half one." "Yes," Amara whispered. A bird cried in the distance. The world continued, but something had changed. When Chaik left, he simply held Amara's hands and said, "Let me go and work. Let me return as a man who can build beside you, not just dream beside you." She had nodded, not because she liked the idea of waiting, but because she trusted his spirit. 6 months had passed. Some nights, she missed him so deeply that her chest felt too small to hold the beating of her own heart. Some mornings, she woke up searching for his laugh. But she didn't break down. Her love was not frantic. It was rooted, even when others tried to dig it up. Odenigbo was not wicked. But kindness and wickedness are not the same as alignment. He had strength. He had immense pride. And he had the confidence of a man who knew the world bent for him. He believed Amara would follow him simply because he had chosen her. And when she said no, he laughed. Not the laugh of amusement, but the laugh of a man who believes reality would correct her soon. "She is just stubborn," he said to his friends. "But she will come around, once she realizes what she's missing out on." But he did not understand the kind of woman he was dealing with. Amara was not stubborn. She was clear on what she wants and what she can't tolerate. In the days that followed, Amara did not hide. She walked to the stream. She sang with the other girls. She helped her mother at the market. She lived her life as usual. But some nights, when the world was quiet, she sat outside and looked at the road. Not waiting, just breathing. Her mother would come out, and sit beside her without saying a word. Because peace can be a silent thing. People think silence is empty, but sometimes silence is full of knowing, full of patience, full of truth. One morning, the sky was gentle, and the river shimmered. Amara had gone to wash some clothes in the village river. She was rinsing her wrapper when she heard footsteps. Soft, slow footsteps. The kind of footsteps that knew their destination. She didn't turn. She didn't have to. She felt him, his presence. "Amara," he called out to her. Her heart became still. She closed her eyes for one moment, just one moment, because her soul needed a second to settle. Then, she turned. Chike stood there, dust on his feet, sweat on his forehead, calluses on his hands. But his eyes were still hers. She smiled, small but real. "You took so long," she said softly. Chike laughed, but his voice shook. "I came back with enough to build, not just talk. Effort is the language of love." Amara stepped forward, slow yet sure. She touched his chest gently. "You came back." He placed his forehead against hers, as he said, "And I found you exactly where I left you. Not waiting, just living life." Tears touched her lashes. Not tears of sadness, but something deeper, like relief that felt like home. When they walked back into the village together, their hands not even touching, just near each other, the village reacted the way villages do, with whispers, raised eyebrows, and nods. Some said, "She is a fool. She should have chosen comfort instead." Others said, "She knows her worth." Odenigbo heard the whispers too, and something inside him twisted. Not jealousy, but the realization that he had believed ownership was the same as connection. It was not, and it never could be. Chike did not sweep Amara into marriage with excitement. He didn't rush. He didn't make noise. He worked very hard. He helped her mother harvest cassava. He repaired her aunt's broken roof. He carved wooden stools to sell at the market. He fetched water for the elders, not to impress, but to be rooted. And every day, Amara felt her heart rest deeper in the quiet partnership forming between them. One afternoon, Odenigbo came to her. He was not angry. He was not dramatic. He just asked her one question. "Do you truly believe he can give you a better life than I can?" Amara smiled softly. "Life is not something that is given," she said. "It is something we build." Odenigbo closed his eyes for a moment. When he opened them, there was acceptance in them. "You are not like others," he whispered. "No," she answered gently. "And you deserve someone who wants what you offer." He nodded and left. A few months later, Amara and Chike had their wedding. The wedding was small, with palm wine, and the elders blessing them, with children dancing to soft drums. Amara wore a beautiful wrapper, her bantu knots decorated with coral beads and cowries, her skin glowing like evening light. Chike wore a simple wrapper with carved wooden beads he made himself. Their love was not loud. It was steady, like a river that does not rush but never stops moving. She did not choose wealth. She did not choose ease. She chose peace. She chose effort. She chose love that grew slowly and stayed. She refused to settle for a life she didn't want. And her life became full. Not full of things, but full of meaning. Please like this video, share, and subscribe to our channel for more African folktales with moral lessons.